This is Nathan Bowman with Draper Inc. Today we are going to cover programming the IP gateway for the IntelliFlex I system. Okay, IP ports are done, so we're going to go back to the configuration menu and we're going to set up IP groups. So we're going to navigate down there and hit enter. Once in the IP groups menu, we have a couple different options: groups, IP monitor, learn commands, or port. So first things first, we're going to go into groups. And from here, we have all of our available groups. If you navigate all the way through here, you're going to see 99 groups. There are 99 available BACnet groups on the IP gateway. I'm not going to navigate through all of them, but trust me, they're there. I'm going to set up group 1. Right now it's set up as a master, and I do not want it set up as a master, so I'm going to select group 1 and hit enter. From here, I'm going to change it from a master. I can change it to custom. Again, doing custom will require you to do the add skip as the shades jog up and down on an individual level. Or I can just go to group 1 through 64. These are going to be the global groups that we have set up on motors from the motor limit tool. Please note, you cannot configure IP groups from the motor limit tool. However, if you have already assigned motors to a global group, you can select that global group in the IP gateway. So I know that I have my motor in global group 1, 2, and 4, so I'm going to select group 1, hit enter. My priority is going to be the same as any other priority we've discussed. Normal is the default, meaning that anything on the same priority level, such as a wall switch, schedule, is going to be able to move the shades if an IP command is out there. If the priority is set to low, that means that a sun sensor or sun tracking would supersede the command that the IP gateway is sent out, whereas a high priority means that the IP gateway will take precedence. Nothing else will be able to move it until the IP command has moved. I want to leave this at normal, so I'm not going to adjust that. And then for the override time, it defaults to none, but I want this to have an override time, so I'm going to navigate down, hit enter, and select edit. And I want my override time to be for 60 minutes, so I'm going to set this up with a 60-minute override time. Perfect. All right, my group is now set up, so I can hit my back button. We can see group 1 is now set up with global group 1. Our IP group is now set up. Again, you have 99 groups to choose from. Okay, we've set our groups up. Next menu option is IP monitor. So we're going to navigate down there and hit enter to select. This is going to be an important feature if you're trying to troubleshoot a system. This screen would be used as the third-party control platform sends our commands from our instructions across. This screen would populate with either the correct command showing that this command came through, we're moving this group to this percentage, or it's going to come through with a bunch of gibberish, meaning that it didn't recognize the command and it's not accurate. So IP monitor is going to be huge during the initial programming and troubleshooting if you run into any issues communicating with the third-party controller you're tying into. We're going to go back to the IP groups menu and we are going to go down to learn commands, another valuable feature built into the IP gateway. We include commands in our instruction manual for the IP gateway. However, we realize that there are some integration companies that cannot use those commands. So we've built our IP gateway to learn their native commands and convert them to ours. So in the learn commands mode, that is exactly what we're going to do. So we can select command 1. It's currently set up as none, so command. From here, we would have the third-party integrator send their command through. That's why it's learning. So as they send that command through, we would see that come across the screen, and then we would be able to navigate down to the action. From here, we can change this from none to open, close, stop, clear, next, or previous, which are preset stops, tilt open, tilt closed, tilt next previous stop, tilt previous preset stop, or go directly to one of the 64 available presets. I'm going to back out because I don't want to navigate through all those again. I want my command to be open, so I'm going to set that to open. and then I'm going to set this up as a group. As you can see right now, it's set up for group 7. but I have always set up group 1, so I'm going to change this back to group 1, and now it's saved. So if we had a third-party integrator tied into our IP gateway and they sent their command through, we would see that command string here. It would be associated with an open command for our shades, and it's going to apply to group 1. So again, this just allows you to take native BACnet commands from third-party integrators and learn them on the IP gateway for easier and seamless integration. So we're going to back out from here. The last option in the IP groups menu is the port. By default, the port is set up at 10,000. However, if your integration company requires a different port, you can simply select this, use your enter button to navigate through the numerical values, then your up and down buttons to change that accordingly. Thanks for watching. If you have any more questions or concerns, please contact Draper Technical Support at 1-800-238-7999 and select option 3.